listening session today where survivors of last week's Florida shooting gathered with the parents of children killed in previous shootings to discuss what the country ought to be doing going forward. Here's some of what was said.
We must create a culture of connectedness. We must create a culture in which our classmates become our friends. Every single one of these school shootings have been from young men who are disconnected.
One school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed, because my daughter I'm not going to see again.
I want to feel safe at school. You know, senior year and junior year, they were big years for me when I turned my academics around, started connecting with teachers, and I started actually enjoying school. And now, I don't know how I'm ever going to step foot on that place again.
A teacher would have a concealed gun on them. They'd go for special training, and they would be there, and you would no longer have a gun-free zone. Gun-free zone to a maniac, because they're all cowards. A gun-free zone is let's go in and let's attack, because bullets aren't coming back at us.
You feel for those kids and their families. It seems likely as a political matter that some form of gun control may be coming. The White House has signaled support for stricter background checks and a federal ban on bump stocks. But that's not even close to what many on the left are demanding. You saw some of those demands today at widely televised gun control rallies in Florida. Some of those in attendance were kids from Stoneham Douglas High School in Parkland, and that should not be surprising. It's understandable. People become political activists all the time in response to tragedies. That's their right. Nobody ought to attack them for it. We're certainly not attacking them. We never would. We assume they have the best motives. Most of us have the best motives. Almost everybody's against school shootings. The question is, what do you do about them? Now, if you watch a lot of cable news, you know that the answer is simple. You simply stop taking money from the NRA and you do something about guns. Not anything specific, just something. But first, you have to defeat the evil conservatives who love school massacres. Once you do that, the violence will go away like magic. And so the demagogues on the other channels are telling you. They use the traumatized children of Parkland as a human shield. Ask them what they're calling for. Ask them to describe these policies that will supposedly fix everything. And these childless news anchors screech that you're attacking the children. It's funny, every January, thousands of other children come to Washington for the March on Life. Like the kids from Parkland, they're against killing. Some of them have had abortions. A few of them have survived abortions. Do the media hold these kids up as the last word on the subject? Do they attack anyone who questions them? Please. A lot of news outlets don't even bother to cover that march at all. All kids at any march, just like all Americans, have a right to talk, and to do so in public, to give their opinions anywhere, including on television. Unlike many on the left, we support that right unequivocally in every case. But the rest of us also have a right to add our voices to the conversation. We have an obligation to do that because we all have a stake in this country's laws. And the truth is, this is a remarkably complicated subject. That's why we haven't fixed it yet. Any answer has to balance our need for safety with the respect for the civil rights of individuals and an acknowledgement that this is a constitutional republic. It's not the set of Morning Joe. For example, pretty much everybody agrees that people with mental illness should not have firearms. That sounds simple, okay. But what do you do then with the more than 400,000 Iraq and Afghanistan vets who have received a diagnosis of PTSD? That's a mental disorder. Should they lose their rights to gun ownership because they were injured by war? All of a sudden, it's not so simple. Or how about domestic abusers? Nobody thinks they should have guns. We don't, obviously. But what if they haven't been convicted of anything yet? Can you strip rights from somebody who is legally innocent? And if you can take their gun rights away, how about their voting rights or their free speech rights? We're not sure of the answers to those, but we're positive they are real questions that need to be debated and considered by smart people sincerely trying to make the country better. The media screechers are not helping. They're telling us it's a simple fix as long as you care enough. That's a lie, and they're using children to tell that lie. Spare us. We're for the children. We're not for you.